Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's session wherein we'll be discussing a question of CAT level difficulty. So I bring forward questions from different areas, different difficulty levels. Right? So today in that series I have a question from functions and graphs. Right? So what I would suggest is you just pause the screen right now and try out this question yourself before you listen to the discussion that we shall be having here. I, however, will be continuing with the discussion here. Right? So let's get started. So the question is, if f of x is defined as maximum of x square plus 9, comma 2 minus 5x. So whichever is maximum of this, f of x is going to be that particular expression. Find the minimum value of f of x then. Right? Okay. So by the way, if you look at x square plus 9 and compare it with 2 minus 5x. So when is this greater than this? So when will this be greater? Let's check. So if I want this to be greater so that f of x can take this value, when does this happen? So this will happen if you bring all the variables on one side. X square plus 5x, 9 minus 2, it will be plus 7, greater than 0. Alright. And if you look at this, please notice. If you look at this quadratic inequation, so when is this x square plus 5x plus 7 greater than 0? So it will be having, if you try to plot this curve, the curve is going to be like U-shaped opening upward curve. Right? Also notice, what can we say about its discriminant? So if you look at the discriminant, can I say discriminant is going to be b square, which is 5 square, minus 4ac, so it's minus 3, 25 minus 28 is minus 3. If the discriminant is negative, what does it imply? It implies that this particular quadratic, when you will plot it on the graph, will have no real roots. That means it will not be intersecting the x-axis. So if it doesn't intersect x-axis, can I say this graph out here should always be above the x-axis? So if it is above the x-axis, can I say for all values of x, this expression is going to be positive? Now if this expression is positive for all values of x, we may say that x square plus 9 will be greater than 2 minus 5x. Always. It's always going to be greater than 2 minus 5x. So if it is always greater, can I simply not write down f of x is maximum of these two, and this is always going to be the higher one. So thus can I say f of x is simply x square plus 9. F of x is simply x square plus 9. So if f of x, I'll write it again. See, one more way of looking at it is, observe, one more way to say that x square plus 9 is bigger. If you look at 2 minus 5x value, so the maximum value of 2 minus 5x, okay, maximum value of 2 minus 5x, sorry, when x is positive, let's say x is positive, the maximum value will occur when x becomes 0. Because when you put x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, this will turn negative. So the maximum value when x is positive will be 2. However, when x is negative, whenever x is negative, right, this might take even higher values. And if you look at x square plus 9, the minimum value for x square plus 9 is when x equal to 0. It's going to be 9. The minimum value itself is 9. Right? Minimum value of x square plus 9 when x is equal to 0. So please notice, if you look at x square plus 9, the graph is going to be something like this. And if you look at 2 minus 5x, y is equal to 2 minus 5x, or rather y plus 5x equal to 2. When you try to look at this graph, when x is 0, y will be 2. So that graph shall be like this. When x is 0, y will be 2, like this. And when y is 0, x is going to be 2 by 5. So when y is 0, x is going to be 2 by 5. And when you will plot this, the graph like this. So that means this is going to grow at an exponential rate. It's a square, right? Square term, whereas this is a linear term. This will always be lower, if you'll say. No matter what value of x you will take, the red graph will always be above. And we also solved it and checked that this expression is always going to be greater than this expression, no matter what value of x you take. So we could also do it graphically like this, I'm saying. Instead of just like the algebraic way, wherein we use quadratic equations and all, we could also plot a graph and check. Now, if you take f of x is x squared plus 9 finally, he's asking us minimum value of f of x. So can we not say minimum value of f of x will be nothing but when x is 0. So that will be 0 square 0 plus 9, it's going to be 9. And this happens when x is 0. So thus can I say the answer is going to be option choice A. Alright, I hope we are clear with this. So with this we have come to the end of the video today. Thank you and all the very best.